Okay guys, I picked this up this morning off the old marketplace. I need to stay away from that thing. And the guy said the only problem with it was he'd been running the regular old gasoline in it, you know, and it's got ethanol, and it got gummed up. It would run, but it would surge. So we're going to take the carburetor off, the cover off, see if we can't clean it out, hook everything back up, and maybe make it run again. So let's get after it. Got a little drizzling rain, but I don't think it's enough to. We're ready to rock and roll. Oh yeah, she's pretty gummy. What's that down in there? I guess we'll see about getting the carburetor up, maybe. Maybe not. Okay. Now there's part of the issue. Nothing to it. Let's clean that out. I got these little like tip cleaners that came with some Chinese carburetor I bought. It came with that and these little brushes. So let's Alright, we're going to put a little lacquer thinner in the old Sure Shot. That ought to clean the carburetor out. See how much I can miss the hole. Ooh, easy. see if this even does anything. Well, first, let's blow through that. Obviously not going to put the air cleaner assembly on it yet, just in case we have to take all this back off. This thing will run. Even if it runs bad, it was well worth what I gave for it. ignition's on. It should run. I wonder if that was on. Alright, so we are going to have to take the carburetor all the way off, which means we got to take this off and get to the bolts. Alright, not a big deal, just something we're not doing today. Okay, so yesterday I was going to try to get this generator going. I got fresh gas in the tank, I got a little piece of fuel line on there, I got everything hooked up like it's supposed to be. I think, whoop, I've had the gas on all this time too. I hope they didn't all just run down in the crankcase. That would suck. Let me check the oil real quick, make sure before we fire it up and blow it up. Wish I'd remember to shut that off. Oh no, ain't nothing but oil, no gas. Get in there. Say get in there. There we go. Okay, so to get the carburetor off, we're gonna have to pull this flywheel cover off. I guess that was it. Hard wire out of the way. Oh yeah. So that's going to be, I don't think it's a 13, but maybe it is. Yep, it is. You're going to want to, come on, let go. You want to take that little dude loose without breaking it. Boop. There's your throttle. The fun part's going to be getting to that other half in there. Number 13. I just got back from the hydraulic shop. Had to go over there and get the rebuild kits for, you know what, let's take this loose. I hate taking more stuff off than we need, but you know what, it'd be a lot easier. We're not having to fight against ourselves. would imagine this is why the guy that I got this from did not finish the job, because he probably got in there and was like, ooh, I can't take the carburetor off without pulling all this off. So he probably said, the heck with it, I'm done. It's good for me. I got a good deal on it. And like everything, we'll get this off and we'll run it without this cowl on there in case I got to take it back off again. I want to make sure it's 100% right. Get our fuel line off of there. Another zip tie. And the choke. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Shouldn't use that. I don't want to cut that fuel line. That would suck. It probably would have been a lot easier too if I left the fuel tank off, but we don't need it. Oh, they're coming off. Ooh. Last little bit of old nasty gas in there. I thought I had the fuel shut off. Maybe that's on. Okay. Doesn't seem to matter where it's at. Let's get a screwdriver. That's weird. The fuel shut off doesn't work. We definitely need to fix that. I wonder why. That don't make any sense. Well, it don't have to make sense, I don't guess. Alright, intake gasket stayed put. Now, let's get the carburetor off the rest of the way. Look at that old yellow junk coming out. And stink. Woo. Refill. It's like $18–20 a gallon, where them cans are $8 or $10 each, and they don't last very long. I can clean a lot of carburetors for $20 worth of lacquer thinner. This is going to be the fun part, getting this off without tearing it up. You're probably going to have to go ahead and break out the lacquer thinner and spray this down. So I don't break it. I got to reuse it. Oh, nope. Came off. Yeah, look how nasty that is in there. So let's spray all this out and we'll clean these jets out real good. Start. Now we'll see if it idles down. All right, let's go get something to plug in it. Alright guys, we're going to call that a success. We'll put the cover back on. We'll re-zip tie the stuff that needs to be zip tied, and got a runner. Those are hot. Yeah. I know. Well, I didn't think it was just going to be a quick little, and it kind of was. I think this is what we're going to start doing from now on. Instead of buying all this freaking brake cleaner, yeah, it's going. Lacquer thinner, $20 a gallon.
Don't get some of that on your nuts.
Oh, it burns like a skunk. It's already got splashed in my face. But, ooh, you get 2 little cans, and you're going to spend $8 or $10 a can. That's going to last a few minutes.
True.
Where you can buy a gallon of that, you just got to have one down and put it in.
It's like gasoline on the fire.
Huh?
We put some gas in the fire and then burn it all off too.
Yeah. Let's try it again. Oh. Ignition on. Very happy with the results. Got out of work, did a little cleanup, getting the fuel shut off for it. She's ready to rock and roll. This is what will be powering my shop until I get electricity out there. It's a 10,000, so it ought to run everything I got. Again, hope y'all enjoyed the video. We'll see y'all on the next one. Later.